Hey, what's up, everybody? We got another week of rain. Wait, no, that ain't right. Anyway, it's another week of SR Synth Weekly, and here we are, and I am, as usual, your beautiful synth redneck, and your fat redneck, which is great. Anyway, we got another great week of great music and great artists to share this week, and we're going to jump right in and just get started, as I've got a lot of stuff to do and want to keep it under an hour, or I'll talk all night. First up today we have, I hope I'm going to say this right, it's Maison Blanche. Hope I say it right. They call themselves a vaporwave, synthwave, instrumental hip hop, a little bit of everything it seems, out of New Orleans. So it's got some stuff from Cajun country. The song they sent me today is called A Beautiful Sty. I had to read it twice, so yeah, that's exactly what it's supposed to be, I hope. Anyway, this song has got a lot of grooves, it's got a lot of good sounds to it, but it gives me a good visual of, you know, those kind of like beating the bad guy or bully kind of feel. And what I mean by that is, you know, the main group have, you know, they've beaten the bullies or the bad guy. We see the team all enjoying the moment, walking off laughing, while the main baddies or the main bad guy, whoever, is being arrested. Kind of like if you've seen the movie Real Geniuses with Val Kilmer, kind of that feel. You know, they've beaten the bad guy, and they're having a laugh on how they've beaten him, and while he's either getting arrested or losing the account. And while this is happening, we see the main and the lover have a moment while the rest of the group is laughing, and a small final montage as they walk off, watching everything happen and just knowing that they've won and everything's all happy and stuff as they walk off into the sunset, so to speak. That's kind of the first feel I got for it. I mean, it just gives you that kind of beating the bad guy, everything's happy now kind of feel. Next up we see, next on my visual is, we see the main suddenly show up after being gone for a long time. We see the distraught lover working as the main is walking in. The lover sees them and rushes over, thinking they were gone forever. And we get this whole little exposition, and they leave as we get this whole montage of them reconnecting for the love of each other. And then they walk off. They either walk out of the work or walk out of where they were doing, and you know this. They were gone forever, but they're here. You know, they're here again, and we're all in lovey-dovey kind of stuff. You know, and they leave and go on and do their thing to reconnect. Both of those kind of give me that feel. I kind of like the the after winning the revenge more. But like I always say, let me know what you think in the comments. Here it is. It's a great way to start out today. It's Maison Blanche, and the song is called A Beautiful Sty. after that little happy bit, I'm gonna kind of tone it down a little bit with our next artist is and it's Robert P. Kreitz. I hope I say that right. The second. They are a acid techno, dark techno group out of Joshua Tree, California. I hope I said that right. The song they sent me today is called Children of the Night, and the way they described it is the song is inspired by old school 303 tracks I used to play in the 90s and by modern dark techno music of today. I wanted to play with a deeper sound and celebrate the darker side of techno music. What this feel though, on this song, Children of the Night, it gave me a kind of like a main sequence of a horror movie. You know those main title sequences. And what I mean by that is like we see the beginning panning into like an old mansion or an old place, and where the main story is, where the main story lies. And we see the camera panning through all the rooms, and we start seeing like ghosts and evil entities in the rooms, in each room, manifest until we get to like this main room where the main storylines, is coalescing. And which this house is in the main room. There's like a portal, a dimensional portal that goes to hell, or wherever it needs to go that has evil in it. And as the song moves on, we see the main evil like person, our caretaker, is taking care of the mansion while searching for new victims for the evil, for the help open up the portal more. I kind of just went with that because it kind of gives me that feel, just kind of gives me that full moon horror feel, like that title sequence of it, and it just works for me for what I feel. So also on the next one, it gives me a secondary feel of we like a wasteland where all life is gone except for a few survivors. And I don't mean like all life. I mean like people have been, big great wars happen between machines and man, and there's not much survivors left. And as we're moving along, sorry. We see the machines moving through the area, taking out the survivors with their high-tech weaponry or whatever they have. And we get this narration on what happened and why the survivors are running. And as the song is moving on, we then see the main and team running through, trying to take out the machines or, try to give a diversion of the machines so they can save others and, get the survivors out of the area. Both work for me. I mean, you got a horror movie on one side and you got like a techno, future wasteland feel. Both work, and it could actually work on the same movie as, when I said Dimensional Portal. Anyway, it's a good song. It's a really good deep song, and check it out. It's really cool. So here it is. It's Robert P. Kreitz. I hope I say that right. And the song is called Children of the Night. Next up in our wonderful rodeo of music, we have our good friends Frisky Monkey, and I'm going to screw this name up, so if I do, I apologize. Seersha? I hope I said that right. And a lot of people, if you've been a fan of my show, you know Frisky Monkey really well. Again, they're a synth pop electric chill group out of Atlanta, Georgia. And the song they sent me today is called No Regrets. And they have to send me a sad song. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, if you don't know Frisky Monkey yet, that means you haven't listened to my past episodes. So stop here, go back, and come back. No. Anyway, the song they sent me today is called No Regrets. And they described it as it's an evolution of a relationship from beginning to end. And if you hear the song and you hear the vocals, you know it's from the beginning of the end, beginning of the love to the end of the love, and the regrets they have, or no regrets in that case. But I kind of went with that, kind of relationship wise. I went with the main and lover they've split up after a fight. We've seen those in movies where they'll split for a while and they go their separate directions and have their alone time. And we get that whole sequence where each person is sitting alone thinking about what happened and the memories of each other together. And then they move on with their work or school. They're having to move on even though they're still distraught. And each distraught but have to move on. We then see the main following the lover, wanting to talk and wanting to reconnect and wanting to find out, but is ashamed to be around and leaves the lover alone. Basically, they've had this big fight, and we've seen that before. We'll have this big fight and they'll have this whole memory sequence of their love together. And as time goes on through the song, we're getting, the mains wanting to reconnect, but at the same time too ashamed to because of whatever happened that caused it. That's the first thing it felt for me. I mean, it just gives me that kind of like, college teen angst kind of, that. I don't want to sound, I don't want to lower it that way, but kind of those movies like that where they had that thing. So also kind of gives me a secondary thought of the main has lost a member of the group who's also kind of like the lover. They've either lost them to a death or kind of like in a portal. They've disappeared somehow. And we see the main being pulled away from the team to safety. Being pulled away from the team because there's nothing that they can do, because if they do, they'll die too. And we get this whole montage of the team is been in this whole sad event in the safety zone. They're sad by the events and each having a moment of the memory of what was going on and how to stop it, and just down sad time during the as the song plays. Both work for me. I kind of like the first analogy first, but let me know what you think in the comments as always. And as always, make sure you follow them on all their platforms and everybody on here on their platforms, because it's all real good music. So check it out. It's Frisky Monkey and Seersha, and the song is called No Regrets.
Broke that last night. Nothing between us felt right. Seemed like an eternity. You versus me. We talked until the dawn. Said hello to the rising sun. And nothing stood in our way. If I could go back now, change it all somehow, we might still be here today.
Next up today, we have something a little different. I love the fact when I get a lot of different music, so that's what the whole show's about. You know, lots of music, lots of different styles, and if it has synths in it, awesome. Next up, we have John Cow. And they are a pop wave, retro wave pop, synth wave, synth pop kind of feel things out of Norway. Thank you for putting the pronunciation of your name in the description. Thank you very much, because it helps, because I would have butchered it badly. Anyway, the song they sent me today is called Do You Ever Think of Me? And I'm going to read their description because it's kind of a cool description on how they came up with the song. This pop wave track is about seeing someone you have feelings for, get in a relationship with someone else. When this happened to me last year, I did my best at playing it cool while internally spiraling down a path of self-doubt and existential crisis. Wondering if I would ever matter as much as to the people who matter to me. Do You Ever Think of Me is the first single from their upcoming EP. Let me first say the vocals on this is really awesome, and it just gives you that great pop sound, and it's just has a great, you know, whole overall vibe on it. I love the song itself. I kind of went with that too, but I kind of went with a different feel, not existential crisis, but the song just gives me that really good thing, you know, feel for like a getting ready for prom feel. And what I mean by that is like we have the main and the others getting ready for like this big dance. We've seen those movies like Stranger Things where they were getting ready for the big dance, or like a bunch of the 80s teen movies that they do that, or, you know, they always have some big dance in it. Anyway, we see them all getting ready and having a fun time with their friends while they're getting ready. You know, all the friends are all together putting on their dresses and, you know, tuxes and stuff while they're getting ready, and the songs in the background. We see them rushing out and taking off to the dance where they meet the other group. The main and the lover meet up, and they have this like kind of existential moment together. You know, saying how pretty they are and how lovely, you know, that kind of steal. And then they move on to the dance and having fun time dancing before the climax. While this is happening, we have another crush who's secondary thing. We got another crush who's trying to get with another person, but they're the other person who's kind of like having this other relationship, and they're all kind of like in a externally happy, internally crying. So it kind of gives me that feel. I just like that dance feel. I don't know why. It could be just because of the way the song is done. Also, we see on another note I have is we see the main as a nervous nobody. We've seen those people who are just, that the main character is always kind of like the nervous, shy person, and they're the nervous, and they go throughout the movie this way. We also see that their mind is the strongest, their will's the strongest. The main is just beating the bad guys or the bullies, and have saved the others. They've saved the other people, from whatever the storyline's called. And as this moves on, we see that the one they were trying to be with, see them after the scene, now understand that they were trying to save the lover and would do anything for them, and just the others were a part of it. We see them move over to the main and realize that they're meant for each other in the stars. We see the main and lover embrace an eye-to-eye moment, walk off together as each other's friends and all. Each other's friends are in awe of this whole main moment. I know it's kind of a little different than what he put in. It just gave me that feel. I just don't know. It may be complete. I know it's completely different from what he said, but that's just what I feel in the movie sense. So, like I said, let me know what you think in the comments, and make sure you follow him. It's a really good group, and follow all the platforms of everybody here. So here it is. It's John Cow, and the song is called "Do You Ever Think of Me?"
As the world keeps spinning around, do you ever think of me? When your ears catch the waves of my sound, do you wonder how things could be? Hair slicked back, racing down the coast fast, all dressed up, no place to go. Northern California needs some heat. Next to me's an empty seat. As the world keeps spinning around, do you ever think of me? When your ears catch the waves of my sound, do you wonder how things could be? Guess I'll show you that we're cool. Guess I'll tell myself I'm fine. Guess I'll act like it's all good. Guess I'll never call you mine. Guess I'll show you that we're cool. Guess I'll tell myself I'm fine. Guess I'll act like it's all good. Guess I'll never call you mine.
As always, if you like this show and if you're new here and you like it, please give me that thumbs up. And if you would, subscribe for future episodes because it's really good music. And check out the other episodes. Also, bear with me today. My eye sensitivity is going haywire today, so I'm kind of like squinting a lot, so it's just hard to read everything as I can see. So bear with me. Next up today, I have something really different than what I've ever played before. And what I mean by that is I have rap and R&B. And I told you, I said this when I put SR Synth Weekly, I said it was going to be synth. It's going to be a lot of different genres with synth music. And if you're going to send me stuff, and if it's not, yodeling in a bucket, in a garage, I'm going to play it. And here's a great example. And the next up today, I have Drop in Place or DOP. Still trying to figure that one out as I was going through this. And they are a R&B rap group out of Johannesburg, South Africa. And the song they sent me today is called Walls Caving In. Now this song is really, really good because I'm not really a rap guy. I don't have a knowledge base of rap like I do with the synthwave rock and other stuff like that, just because I don't have an understanding of it. So I just do what I can do with it. But the song itself is really well put together. Really, the vocals are really great and everything, and it gave it a good flow. So that's about as much as I can say about rap. So like I said, I can do my visuals on it, but I don't, what does it mean? I can't tell you. I'm not a rap guy. But this song is really awesome, so I would definitely check it out. The song they sent was called Walls Caving In, and they put this as a song raising awareness about women abuse and trying to make men realize that how important it is to love and nurture our women. And I kind of went with that. It was kind of hard for me. Like I said, the rap R&B style, you could do a lot of stuff, but it's just, with I like the sci-fi and horror, mentality, so it's just it was kind of hard for me, but I came up with something. So, and the song's really good, so you can just skip this part and just go straight to the song. The main has met up with a friend they've known forever who's distraught through the trauma they've had to go through. We see they move along, they know each other, and after this thing, they say, you should leave him. You should leave whatever the trauma is and stuff. And they kind of get together because they kind of know they should get together. We've seen that in a lot of movies where they're distraught and they suddenly get together for some reason. As the song moves on, we see them getting together in romantic mode and having this like whole moment of love, the whole, happy part. And then we see them the new lover who was traumatized is now happier with them, and we get this whole scene together of them happy and getting over the trauma right before the climax of the movie. What it means is that they met up for coffee or whatever, and they got together to talk about the trauma, and they've gotten together in a love scene, and then next morning they're together, doing like this whole thing, and having this whole happy time before like what they do is like a main climax, which will flip that 180. So that's kind of what I got from the first visual on it. Next one it kind of is on the same ticket. The main has entered the club where the bad guys are and sees the other who's working there. We then see their eyes meet and they move into each other in a conversation. The main and lover retreat for a moment, kind of giving an exposition on why the person is there for the bad guy. And we see the night fade as they converse until the lover has to rush back to get back to the bad guy so they're not hurt. Basically, they work for the bad guy, and the main character's trying to talk him out of getting out of the bad guy, get out of this whole traumatic and bad situation, and they get this whole exposition together, why they need to get out, and kind of like the main's kind of like love interest in this, but they have to get back towards the end of the song or they're going to get hurt. And kind of, like I said, kind of gives me both vibes on that. It could be the same movie, but let me know what you think, because like I said, this is a new one for me. So I like the song. It has a great vibe and great sound and great vocals on it. So check it out. It's Drop in Place and Walls Caving In.
Each time I break this wall, you go ahead and build it up again. Why? I'll carry your pain any way possible. Just let me in. But you're the one, baby. I've never thought twice. You're the one, baby. I've never asked why. You're complicated emotional makeup, the only sense of the soul, born in a dungeon of fallen angels. Regulated, strong exterior, only masking suicidal intention, size, depression, threshold. Deeper seated emotions will surface, you try to dismiss them. Never wanna see the world through the eyes of the victim. I figured you feel like ain't nobody can relate. When your father died, his friend took advantage, was life changing. You say, I make you laugh, you sound funny. Behind my eyes is a godforsaken dungeon. I front pain with a dry sense of humor. You're telling me I should probably consider being a comic. Well, it's quite a lot in common. We got overcome by these undercover emotions. The world blowing out candles and it ain't even your birthday. It's just the universe showing love in the worst ways. Trying to flirt. Each time I break this wall, you go ahead and build it up again. Build it up again. Why? I'll carry your pain any way possible. Any way possible. Just let me in. Yeah, I'm pushing through the phase 7 trenches by the gas station. Sunset in my brain scattered, but fuck it though. If I die cause of you, then it's probably not in vain. I'm no stranger to heaven, for that's where your kisses take me. Anyway, you take my breath away without permission. Planetary composition, confirmed we're highly compatible, but you got it. And he got criminal records, say if you try to leave him, he gon' press on that Mac 11. I see this lucrative chemistry's now a coping mechanism. Text me when you're home alone, I'll be there in a second, ain't no second guessing. Why you passive aggressive, even when sexually active? I take you back to your senses, why? Cause it's quite a lot in common with God. Overcome by these undercover emotions, the world blowing out candles and it ain't even your birthday. Nowhere so far from where I'm standing, I'm right on the edge of my sanity. I'm screaming. Each time I break this wall, you go ahead and build it up again. Build it up again. Why? I'll carry your pain any way possible. Any way possible. Just let me in. But you're the one, baby. Baby, you're the one. I've never thought twice. No, I never thought twice. But you're the one, baby. Baby, you're the one. I've never asked why. No, I never asked why. No. Third kind, trouble in your Saturn.
Like I said, it's a really good song, but like I said, the only thing I'm really know about rap is wrapping gifts at Christmas. But check it out, the song is really awesome. Next up today we have, I'm going to screw this name up, and I have no way to pronounce it without doing it this way. So it's TIMTMMusic. I hope that's how it's supposed to be pronounced. They are a dance pop group out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Go Steelers. And the song they sent me today is On Losing Faith. And this song gives a lot of, been away for a while kind of feel. What I went with is like the main has come back into the city after being away for a while, and he sees the whole town has changed. And as they're walking through the streets, we see the new businesses have been opened and the old ways are gone. A lot of the old businesses have been shut down by this new corporation that's been come in. The main then meets up with old friends who tell them that this new corporation, like I said, has come in and they're taking over everything, and they're, changing the way the whole society is, taking over, and we get this whole exposition why they're reconnecting on the new cities being overrun by this new corporation. basically this corporation has taken over the city for mining or whatever. We've seen that before. And now the CEO of the corporation, the president or whoever they are, is basically taking over the town, and the whole town's changed, and not for the best, and that's where the storyline comes in. That's kind of the first feel I get on it. The next one I get is we see this main team out and about through the beginning, having a time together while rushing to this location they need to be to do a meetup. Basically, they're meeting up for whatever mission or whatever thing they're supposed to be doing. And as they're running through, we see the town, and we see the people running, doing their own lives. But then all of a sudden, the main is starting a little exposition as we start seeing extra people start showing up. Basically, like a ghost people or people who've changed, kind of like they live. That's kind of what I feel. And then we can see that as the exposition is going on through the song, we see the main is starting to talk about they're able to see things because that others can't see. And that's kind of where the whole basis of the movie is coming from, is that the main can see these aliens or ghosts or whatever that's taking over slowly while other people's running their lives, but at the same time they're just rushing off to meet the main at the beginning of the movie. So both of those give me a feel on that. Like I said, let me know what you think of the song and the thing. So check it out. It's really good. Check out their platforms. Check out all their other music. As always, and make sure you buy all their stuff. It's like I said, I'm going to screw this name up. So it's TIMTMMusic, and the song is called On Losing Faith.
Maybe the devil only exists in religions you believed. I'm having a hard time grasping realities conceived. It's such a liberation, like my worries left in vacation. And everyone and everything was created on elation. We create our lives as we die in time. What's the in-between leaves it up to you and me. Maybe the devil only exists in religions you believed. I'm having a hard time grasping realities conceived. It's such a liberation, like no worries left in vacation. And everyone and everything was created on elation. We create our lives as we die in time. What's the in-between leaves it up to you and me. Maybe the devil only exists in religions you believed. I'm having a hard time grasping realities conceived. It's such a liberation, like no worries left in vacation. And everyone and everything was created on elation. Create our lives as we die in time. What's the in-between leaves it up to you and me. Create our lives as we die in time.
Last in our playlist of the Scooby Mystery Machine, we have our good friend Hootgun. And if you don't know them, they are an electronic group out of Harrogate, UK, and a really good group. And the song they sent me today is pretty cool. It's Whaabwhaab, and if you're wondering what that means, it's literally the sound you get in wah wah. You know, you've heard it in a lot of drum and bass and electronic groups, and in the song you'll understand what I mean. They call this a bit of a whaabwhaab and a bit of melody, and it works. And where I got it, that was what they sent me, and where I went with, I kind of went with like a scientist creating vehicles. And what I mean, kind of like the Power Rangers kind of thing. But the main scientist created vast vehicles to help the team gain an advantage over the evil that is in the area. We've seen them rise up and out of the hold area. We've seen them, like a lot of movies, they always got this weird whole thing, and they all rise up to show this grand entrance. And we then see each vehicle, and the team is giving them once around the designs as the team is checking them out. We then get an explanation of every weapon and what each special item for each vehicle has to use. And as the song is going on, we see the team rushing out to the test zone, getting used to the vehicles, finding out what they can do, and testing all the weapons and to beat this bad guy, whatever it is. And then afterwards, the team gets ready to head out in the new machines. Actually, towards the beginning of the song, we're seeing them, get these new vast vehicles. It gets that whole once around each vehicle while they're getting an explanation of all the weapons and everything. Then they're out in the test saying, getting ready, and then all of a sudden they're getting ready, getting dressed, and we get that whole montage of them ready to go and get out and head out into the vehicles. That was the first time. That was the first feel it gave for me. Like I said, it gives you that whaabwhaab, and it just like an all, shock and awe kind of feel. Next, it gave me the team is flying through space, and we see them heading towards the new planet that they have to check out on a mission. Yeah, it's another planet. It's another space one. We see them flying through the cosmos, and a nova hits, and as a nova is exploding, and we see them watching, but in awe. But then they have to realize that they have to dodge the shock waves. Then they move into hyperspace to this new planet. After leaving hyperspace, they arrive at the new world, and which when they land, they are in awe the entire way. It's made up between technology and nature has become one. Basically, it gives us kind of a montage of them going through space. They get hit by a nova, and they have to hit hyperspace and dodge it at the same time. They arrive at the new planet, and they realize that this planet has been sort of man-made. It's kind of, it's where nature and technology has become one, and they've got to find out what's going on with it. But it says that whole, montage of the whole area. Both give me that same feel. Both would work. But even on the same movie, the vehicles could be put on the new planet. But anyway, it's a really good song, so I definitely check it out. It's a good way to end today. So let me know what you think in the comments. And as always, follow their platforms. So here it is. It's a Hootgun, and it's Whaabwhaab. That's it for today. I hope everybody enjoyed all the music and the new experiences with a lot of new music I put in. And I hope everybody has a great week. I'm looking for more music as always. You know, if you know anybody, tell them to send them my way and submit their music to us. Like I said, as you just saw today, I have rap, I have electronic, I have everything in here. So if they're afraid to send me the music, do it anyway. I'll check it out and let them know if it's like I said, if it's not a yodeling in a bucket in the garage, and going it's great. I'll play it. Anyway, I hope everybody has a great week, and I'll see everybody next week, and hopefully everybody next week if nothing else happens. And see y'all then. Later.